Hey everyone, today we're going to be covering 3 key things, but before I get into them, I do want to stress the importance that before we lift anything off the ground, we want to make sure that all of our movements that we're doing are done perfectly with body weight. So that's my little disclaimer before we start. Now, once you start doing my program, you're going to notice that I recommend 3 pieces of equipment. We've got a slam ball, we've got an elastic band or a resistance band, a loop, and then we've got 10-pound weights. So I'm going to talk about later on the best ways to choose your weights, the safest ways, and well, let's just get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the rule of 10. Now in my program, most of the work that we're doing is endurance-based, which just means that we're going to be working between 30 and 60 seconds at a time. We want to make sure that we're picking a weight that's going to be appropriate for us. It's going to be challenging for us based on how we're feeling that day. So the rule of 10 comes in, where if you pick up a set of weights to perform the exercise, if it feels super light after 10 reps, it's probably too light. You may want to grab something a little heavier. And don't get down on yourself if yesterday or last week you grabbed a weight that was maybe a little bit heavier than what feels good today. Don't even worry about it. Focus on what feels good for you today. My second point I want to talk about is goal setting. What are you here to do? Are you here to gain strength? Well, grab something that you're probably not going to be able to get 10 reps in, maybe 5 to 8. It's going to be a little bit slower, and that's okay because we're here to build strength. However, if your goal is to improve your conditioning or cardio, ditch the heavy weights, grab something a little bit lighter so that you can work a little bit faster or get a few more reps in. Trust me, your heart rate will increase and your endurance is going to improve. And lastly, work with what you got. If you're not blessed with a home gym, there's so many things around your house that you can grab. My favorite household item is a towel. Just make sure that you're grabbing onto a towel that you can comfortably rotate your arms all the way back and all the way forward without bending your elbows. Another great tool that's likely lying around in your pantry are a couple of cans. A couple of cans of lentils, to be exact, but actually any can will do to replace your light weights. Trust me, we'll be getting enough reps in that those cans will totally make a difference. And lastly, if you don't actually have a heavy weight laying around, I would definitely recommend dish detergent or laundry detergent. Just make sure that you have something with a handle so that you can do bent over rows or grab onto it with both hands for squats. It's simple. You don't need a home gym. You've got everything you need at home. So we spend a lot of time going over how to properly move with weights, but we don't often talk about how to pick your weights up or drop them down. So let's do it. First thing I'm going to talk about is how to not pick up your weights. Okay? Oftentimes, I'll see people walk up to their weights and kind of bend one leg, slouch over, pick it up, rotate, and it puts your body into some seriously sketchy situations to hurt yourself before you even start moving. So let's redo that. Okay? You see your weights, or whatever the thing is that you want to pick up. We're going to approach it. We're going to bend your knees just like how we do with squats. Okay, keeping your shoulders over your hips, we're gonna grab it, and I like to grab those weights and slide them into a place that is nice and close to my center of gravity, pick them up, and then turn to wherever I need to be. Simple as that. Same thing kind of applies when we're putting them down. Make sure you're standing over top of where they need to go, and once you're ready to drop them off, we're gonna bend your knees, slide down as if you're going down an elevator shaft, stand up, and walk away. Now the same rules apply when picking up your slam ball. There's a key movement in our practice called the potato sack run, so let's go over that. Approach your ball. We're gonna bend your knees, grab it, place it firmly on your shoulder, and make sure that you have your hand pressing into it. Does that feel okay? Cool. We're just making sure that we are nice and stable, shoulders are relaxed, and your hand is what's keeping it into place. And once you're done with your exercise, make sure you're rolling it towards the center of your body. You're bending your knees to drop it down, and you're good to go. And if you're not quite ready to be holding onto something weighted on your shoulder for the potato sack run, no worries. Grab a pillow, grab a shoe, or do nothing at all. And finally, let's talk about your loop. There's not a lot that can go wrong with this loop. However, over time, they do start to fray. So if you start to see little cracks in the side, that's when you know it's done. Done. Move on, buy a new one. Now I know that introducing weights into your practice can be a little bit intimidating. Just focus on the 3 points. The rule of 10, set a goal and work around it, and make the best with what you got. Have a great time working with weights.